As I just mentioned, all you need for this class is your body and a chair, preferably no arms and definitely no wheels on the chair. So I use a little metal folding chair with some upholstery on the seat, so. But please no wheels, we don't want you rolling into the next room, so. Good morning, Elva. Yes, it's overcast here as well, which was fine because the past few days it's been 70. It's too early for 70 degrees, so in my opinion. So we've gone back to more normal temps. So get yourselves, your space organized. Welcome, Deb from Vermont. Yes, let us know where you're from. You're tuning in from, because I think it's with AARP, so we're all across the nation on this class usually. So welcome all. Shawnee, Kansas, Ramona, welcome. Wonderful. Glad you were here. And North NYC, oh, good. I was in NYC for many years, yes. Well done. Baylin, New Mexico, yes, Ellen. Yes, Ellen. Suzanne, Potomac, Maryland. Welcome, Suzanne. Nice. So we have folks from all over the country. Nancy from Massachusetts, Randy from Southern California. Hope you didn't in the path of the fires. Washington, McConnell, Washington. Welcome, Christina. And Diane, Cleveland, Ohio. Wonderful. Margaret from Boston. Beautiful Boston. So starting in about 2 minutes. EV from Northern California, welcome. Delaware, Barbara, welcome. So starting in about 1 minute. Grace Lake, Illinois. I'm from Chicago, so I know that name. While I'm here, I'm going to type this in. I'm going to type messages. So good morning, all. We start in about 1 minute. I put in the chat an email address, info@villagesofsantafe.org. If you would like to have a recording of this class, you can get one for free, but you have to request it from us. We can't send it to you automatically. So if you'll note down or screenshot that info@villagesofsantafe.org, that will help you get a recording of the class. And I'll repeat that later in case people are late getting in. Yeah, okay. So let's get going. So good morning. It's Monday. It's Yoga Fusion, a 45-minute class with Judith, moi. So as I said earlier, all you need for this class is a chair. I have a standard folding chair. It's got a little upholstery on it, which is nice. But it's got a nice wide leg base, and if you start pressing your weight on it, it's not going to move. So if you have a yoga mat, great. If you want to make sure the chair doesn't move, the back legs can go up where the wall meets the baseboard or the floor. And that way, when you start pushing on the seat of the chair, it's not going to move and you're not going to have the potential for falling, so we don't want that. Also, if whatever's being offered doesn't work for your body, you could modify, you could do another posture, or you could skip it altogether. So just remember that you are in charge, not me. And again, if you happen to have yoga props, great. If you don't panic. I'm gonna have 2 yoga blocks here. And you can substitute with a couple of canned goods of equal size and weight if you wanted to do that, or not. A standard yoga strap could be substituted with a scarf, a belt, a dog leash, or a bathrobe tie. Other optional items would be hand weights. This is a set of 1-pounders. Nothing heavier than 2-pounders for this class, and that again is optional. So if you have none of that, don't worry. You'll still get benefit, all right? So let's go ahead and start standing. Let's go ahead and take the feet about shoulder width apart. And we're going to start gently swinging the arms like empty coat sleeves. So we're just doing a very mild warm up here. The idea here is to twist the spine as you look over the shoulder. So you're actually squeezing the spine like you're wringing out a wet washcloth. Pumping in fresh blood, chi, life force, oxygen for 8. Tapping the body, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep tapping and twisting. Now you're going to pat yourself on the shoulder, like you're congratulating yourself, as you should. And you're still twisting and turning for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep twisting. This time you're going to tap on the front of the torso. The back hand taps up a little higher up by the kidneys. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly slowing it down. Just don't abruptly stop if you can avoid it. And then coming back to stillness. Let's place the hands either on waist or hip crease. We're going to start circling the hips here, moving on to the hips. So think about inhaling forward and then squeezing the navel to the spine as you round in the back. So also focusing your attention on the LSD breath, long, slow, and deep. Big full breaths, inhaling forward, exhaling as you round in the back. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then circling back to neutral. Let's go ahead and circle the hips in the other direction. So you're going to remember to inhale forward, exhale as you squeeze the navel to the spine as you round in the back. You might want to keep the torso relatively neutral, but maybe you want to get the torso more involved. You can choose. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And now we'll come back to center slowly. Let's roll some shoulders now, working up the body. So just imagine those shoulders are drawing invisible circles in the air, forward, up, back, and down. Working on your perfect posture as you open the chest. Crown of head lines up with tailbone. And let's go ahead and roll the shoulders in the opposite direction. Up, forward, and down. Oh. Sighing, moaning, groaning is fine. We're all muted, so if you feel like letting out sound, feel free. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then shake out the arms. The legs will be soft, the knees are soft. Let's take a few big breaths here. Inhale. Stretch the arms up to sky. Exhale, press the arms down by the side of the body. Inhale, up. Exhale, stretch for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then refloat the arms back up. And keeping the chest square to the front of your space, you're climbing that invisible rope. Maybe you're picking invisible fruit. Entertaining yourself. Stretching those side muscles that attach to the side ribs, the intercostal muscles. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely, just floating the arms down, triple slow time, nice and easy. Now we're going to take the hands, the 4 fingers together, meet the thumb. Now we have little bird beak hands, okay? Little bird beak hands. So taking the feet about, I'd say hip distance apart, you're going to place your bird beak hands directly under the collarbone, the clavicle. You might want to migrate more towards where the arm connects into the shoulder girdle. There's a little notch in there. And now we're going to take the right foot slightly farther forward than the left. And we're going to turn slightly with the torso to face that right leg. With the right elbow, you're going to rock forward with the elbow, inhaling forward, exhaling, squeezing, and looking over the shoulder. So you've got a rocking motion going forward in the feet, and as you rock back, it's sort of a little balance challenge while we're here. Big full breaths. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then coming back to center. Right foot meets the left. We're back to neutral. Let's take the left foot slightly farther forward than the right. You're going to just angle your torso to face that left leg. And with the left elbow, you're going to start rocking forward, drawing a circle with the elbow and twisting as you look over the shoulder. Forward and back. Now this side might feel different than the other side. This is a little balance challenge here. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then coming back to neutral, left foot meets the right. Keeping our little bird beak hands, let's start tapping right in the center of the chest, right over the heart. And also lodged there is the thymus gland. So this is a thymus thump for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to go up and down the front of the torso, very mindfully. And then we're going to go back down to the belly, and you're going to take your hands into fists, soft fists, and you're going to start tapping on the hip bones. They're in there. And once that feels complete, you're going to migrate over to the sides of the hips. Keep tapping. You can do it with a soft fist, or maybe the flat of the hand is good too. And then we're going to move back here to the bum. So maybe that flat hand is better there. And then you're going to go up and you're going to tap the kidneys. Let's tap all the way down the outside of the legs, beyond meridian. Tapping up the insides of the legs, the yin meridian. Let's go back to the hip bones. So we'll do this 2 more times, this whole sequence, 2 more times, bringing energy, blood, life force to the surface. And now let's go ahead and tap on the sides of the hips. It should feel good. If you're groggy when you get up in the morning, this is a good way to wake yourself up. Tapping on the bum, up by the kidneys, down the outside of the legs, up the insides of the legs. Last time, we do the whole sequence, tapping on the hips. And then we move to the sides of the hips. then we're gonna move back to the front. Up by the kidneys. On the outsides of the legs. Up the insides of the legs. And then coming back to the centers, taking one hand on top of the other, you're gonna circle the navel. Big circles around the navel. Here, we're assisting the colon, doing its work. You need to start going up the right side of the body, the ascending colon, across the middle, transverse colon, down the left side, descending colon. So you're massaging the colon, helping it do its work. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1, making the circle smaller and smaller until the hands rest directly over the navel. Now we're storing that energy we just created, right? So now we again return to the soft fists. You could do this one sitting if it felt okay to do it that way. I'll do it standing, but you could do it sitting. Soft fists in the hip crease. Crown of head lines up with tailbone, big flat back as you go forward, 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 until you come to a sticking point, and there you will stop. Again, massaging the colon for 8, 7, pump the belly and squeeze it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then with a flat back, rising up slowly, slowly. No rush to get there. Let's shake everything out. The hands, the legs, the feet, the arms. Very nice. And then coming to standing, the feet will be directly under the hips. And we're just going to start lifting and lowering the heels, maybe 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 inch. We're going to be shaking like a tree. We've had lots of high winds here in Santa Fe, so this should be very vigorous. We even had a dust storm. So you're shaking the body here. It's a meditation in motion. You keep those heels bouncing up and down for 8. Move the body anyway. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly, slowly coming to stillness. And then just pausing here for a few breaths. You might want to just drop the eyes closed and notice where the energy may have moved in the body. There might be tingling in the feet and the hands, maybe some warmth. And just noticing deep, full breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Last time. Inhale. And exhale. Very nice. I'm going to come and use my chair as a support. You could also use a wall as a support if you have an available wall, or a piece of furniture that doesn't move if you start pushing weight on it. All right. So the leg closest to the chair is the right leg. And we're going to flex the left foot and very gradually just start swinging the leg forward and back, the straight leg. So you're standing tall on that supporting right leg, and the highest you'd want to lift the leg would be up to the waist height. But whatever your optimum lift is, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly de-escalate. Relift that left leg, maybe up to waist height. Maybe it's whatever your optimum lift is, and then swing that lower leg like the pendulum on a clock for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming to stillness, Now you're gonna create a figure 8 with the left knee for 4, 3, 2, 1, very nice, and then float the leg down, shake out the legs, shake anything that needs a little recalibration. Again, the weight will be in the right leg. Let's take that left foot forward, dig the left heel into the mat, the toes point up to sky. With the left arm, inhale up, exhale, bow and touch your big toe maybe, lift it up, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale for 8, 7, or as many as you can manage, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then the arm comes up, float the arm down, resisting gravity. Now this left foot is still flexed, the toes still point to sky. Let's start tapping the toe like you're keeping time to the music for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep tapping. Now it's going to go out, in, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tap in the middle. Go in and in for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Shake it out. Shake out the legs. Give it a wiggle. Let's move to the other side. So now the leg closest to the chair seat is the left leg. We're going to move the right straight leg. The right foot is flexed throughout. And you're going to start gently swinging the leg. Maybe it comes to waist height, maybe it doesn't. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly de-escalate, not abruptly stop. Nice. Shake out the 2 legs. Recovering. And again, the weight will go on the left leg. This time we lift the right knee, maybe up to waist height, whatever your optimum is. And then you're going to start swinging the lower leg like a pendulum on a clock for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now that right knee is going to create a figure 8 in the air for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then float it down. Again, shake it out if that feels good. And then for now, again, the leg closest to the chair is your left leg. You're going to plant the right heel. The toes point up to sky. Right arm lifts up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale for 8. For as many as you can manage. 7, 6, 5, 4, 2. Nice. And then coming up, taking it back. No, keep that foot forward. Sorry. And we're going to start tapping that foot, the toes here. A little music interval in your head. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now it's out, in, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In and center, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then shake out the legs, shake out the feet. All right, let's take our chairs and face the back of the chair. Make sure it's secure, either on your yoga mat or braced up so that I can not move, brace up against the wall. So let's start with the feet under the hips, the toes point forward. I won't mirror you for this. Back, right foot goes back. Everything, and also if you need to adjust the width of the legs so you feel stable, you can do that. The torso will stay upright for this part. We're going to lift the back right heel. Inhale, lift, exhale, press. Lifting and pressing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Relift the back right heel. Now both legs are going to bend and straighten, but the torso stays upright. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. For 4, 3, 2, stay down on 1, little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We straighten. Now you can tilt the torso right over the chair seats. You approach from the back of the chair. You float that right leg. You point the toe. Touch and lift. Touch and lift. For 8, 7. Don't let the head dangle. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Refloat it. Flex the right foot. Bend the right knee. Inhale, bend. Exhale, stretch the leg away. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Re-straighten and point. Now touch that right foot down on the left. Lift the leg high. Touch it down on the right. For 8, 7, 6, 5. Squeeze the abs. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that right foot over to the left. Tuck the 5 toes. Lift the right heel. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press the heel into the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then the right foot meets the left. Let's micro bend the knees left and right. Recalibrating. Noticing how that left butt cheek might feel. And then slowly rising up. Once you come to standing, maybe you want to grab some water. Or not. And then coming back to starting position, so the feet are under the hips, the toes point forward. I'm not mirroring you. So the left foot comes back. Maybe you want to adjust the width of the legs so you feel stable, like you're almost squeezing the thighs together. The torso stays upright for this. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relift the back left heel. Now both legs bend. Torso still stays upright. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. For 4, 3, 2. Stay down on 1. Little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Re-straighten. Now you're going to tilt the torso over the chair seat. You're going to float that left leg, point the toe. Don't let the head dangle. Touch and lift. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Refloat. Flex the left foot. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. For 4, 3, 2, 1, re-straighten, point the toe. Left foot touches down right, lift the leg. Left foot touches down right for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Very nice. Left foot needs, oh no, let's take that left foot, sorry, over to the right. You're gonna tuck the 5 toes, lift the left heel. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press the heel into the mat or the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then the left foot meets the right. Let's micro bend the knees, left and right. Slowly ascending, don't get the head rush. And now we're gonna turn around and actually sit in our chair. Woohoo! So approaching the chair and then mindfully placing the bum into the seat. And it's probably best to sit closer to the front of the chair seat than the back of the chair seat. So legs are in parallel, toes point forward. Let's take the right hand on the outside of the left thigh. Left arm goes straight. The fingertips scan the horizon as you twist to the left. And then you'll come to a sticking point eventually. The back arm can wrap around the back of the chair. So now we're in a seated twist. Everything from the waist down is pointing forward. Everything from the waist up is twisting to the left. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying in the twist, but just slightly releasing. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then unwinding slowly, slowly, slowly. Maybe giving it a wiggle if that feels appropriate. And then the left hand grabs the outside of the right thigh. Left hand grabs outside of right thigh. The right arm is going to be straight. It scans the horizon as you twist to the right. And eventually you will come to your sticking point. There you will stop. That arm wraps around the back of the chair. You're looking over the right shoulder to the wall behind in a seated twist. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying in the twist, but just slightly releasing. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly unwinding your chair in your chair, giving it a wiggle if that feels good. Since we're about halfway through, I put in the chat, if you would like a copy of this, if you were late coming to class, for example, if you'd like a free copy of this class, it's in the chat. You have to email us at info@villages, plural, villagesofsantafe.org. And I'll repeat this again. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Let's now make our soft fists again. And you're going to place them in the inside of the thigh, the soft parts of the inside of the thigh. The legs are in parallel. So this is an isometric press. So with the fist, you're going to attempt to press those thighs out. The thighs are going to resist by trying to squeeze in. So I've got my upper arms glued to my side ribs. The fists are resting in that soft part of the inner thigh. We'll take one big breath and then inhale and pump for 8. Inhale. And start squeezing and breathing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, it go. Shake out the hands, shake out the legs. Very nice. Now we're gonna do the opposite. The flat palms rest on the outside of the thighs. Avoid the knee joint. So the hands are gonna try to push those thighs together. The thighs are gonna resist being pushed in. So the same idea, big full breath, inhale. Breathing to the count of 8 as you pump the belly and squeeze the legs. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, let it go. And you shake everything out, maybe bounce the legs a bit, very nice. And then again with the legs in parallel, let's just float the right arm up overhead. Maybe you want to grab the side of the chair seat for support, maybe you don't. Here, the chest should stay square to the front of your space, so no torquing off to the left if you can avoid it. Fingertips stretch to the side wall. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Top elbow bends, coming back to center. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Float this top arm down. Let it resist gravity as it sinks down on the right side of the body. And let's just go ahead and just let that arm hang and start circling the right wrist. Spread the fingers wide and just circle that hand and that wrist and those fingers. Stretching the tendons, increasing blood flow. Circle the other direction. For 4, 3, 2. Nice, shake out that arm. Now, opposite side, inhale, lifting left arm. I'm modifying on this side because of an injury, but the arm should be by the ear, goes over the head, fingertips stretch to side wall, the chest is square to the front of your space. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center, top elbow bends, inhale, bend, exhale, press it away. Inhale, bend, exhale, stretch. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then floating that arm slowly up. Half rainbow arc as it descends. You're gonna listen and feel the weight of that left arm. And then you're gonna start circling the left wrist. The fingers are spread wide, stretching out, pumping fresh blood and life force into the hand and fingertips. And let's circle the other way for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, shake out those wrists. And now hands can come by the side of the body. Let's take the right arm over, and then the bottom left arm can go in the opposite direction. So we've got a stretch going in 2 ways here. Inhale and exhale. Now let's windmill the arms. Inhaling and exhaling. Nice and slow, there's no need to rush. Getting a delicious side stretch there. And breathing fully. Let's do 1 more time each side. Very nice. And then coming back to center. Let's take the legs wide. So again, it's preferable to be at the front of the chair seat, not the back. And we're going to lead with the chin. Exhale forward. Tuck the chin. Inhale as you come up. So we're working on flexibility of the spine. Exhale forward, tuck the chin as you come up. We'll do a few more like these, exhaling and inhaling. Exhaling and inhaling. And then come back to neutral, we'll do the opposite, tuck the chin. Inhale as you tuck the chin, roll it forward. Exhale, head breaks the waves as you rise up. Inhale forward, exhale. Coming up. So focusing on the flexibility of the spine, Focusing on all the vertebrae of the spine, all the spongy discs between the vertebrae. Oh. 2 more, just like this. Breathing. Inhale. Again, with the legs wide, we're going to take the torso and we're going to sweep it side to side. Another good stimulation for those internal organs. Inhale. Exhale as you sweep forward to the left. From the left, you sweep over to the right. Ooh, yes. For sweeping. And exhale. Let's do 4, 3, 2. Very nice. And coming back to stillness, heel toe the feet together or step the feet together. Let's go ahead and do the sitting up and down challenge. Here you can stack the palms right over the heart center, or you can hook the thumbs together and spread the fingers wide like feathers. That's Eagle Mudra in yoga. Or you could use the sides of the chair to assist, or the arms to assist. So you can choose. I'm going to do Eagle Mudra. The feet are hip distance apart, the toes point forward. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. This time hover, don't land. Little pumps. See if you can keep the torso upright without lurching forward. Feet stay flat. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come to standing. Unwind the arms. We'll finish off with some breath of joy. So that's 3 sips of breath. Sip, 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 and then exhale. So this is a good one to get rid of all of that anxiety, the stress that's built up during the week. So it's sip of breath, sip of breath, sip of breath. Let it out. One. That's 1. Shake everything out. Make any final movements you would like to make before we move into Shavasana. And that involves sitting in your chair, feet flat. You can sit all the way back into the seat of your chair for support. And then the crown of head floats up to sky. So there's a long spine here. And then the palms can rest on the thighs. Palms down would be for stability and grounding. Maybe the palms want to face up for receiving. So you can choose. And then once you've organized the arms and the legs, just allow the eyes to drop closed, tuning into the natural breath and noticing any residual tension that might remain, and breathe into those areas. And then once you've relaxed in that way, go ahead and focus your attention on your feet, as though we're placing our feet in an imaginary hot tub. Yummy. So that relaxation envelops the feet, and then the ankles, and it moves into the low legs. Warm relaxation, moving into the knees, permeating the complex structure of the knees. And then it moves into the thighs, legs and feet becoming very, very heavy. The relaxation moves into the pelvis, the hips, the buttocks, the low back releases. And from the belly, it moves into the waist and torso, enveloping the ribs, heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, spleen, pancreas, colon, stomach, all the vital organs marinating in this delicious relaxation. It moves up the chest now and into the shoulders, rolling down both arms, all the way to the fingertips, all the way to the fingertips. It envelops the throat and the neck, and then it moves into the head, all the way to the crown of the head. The back of the neck releases, the face and the jaw let go. The tongue lies at the bottom of the mouth, teeth slightly apart. Eyes sink deep into the skull, as though a white circle of healing light permeates every cell in the body. Noticing back body and front body, right side and left side. Noticing the whole body together, the whole body together, the whole body together. And as we rest here in Shavasana, resting pose, here's a poem from Mary Oliver entitled Fletcher Oak. There is a tree here so beautiful it even has a name. Every morning when it's still dark, I stand under its branches. They flow from the thick and silent trunk. One can't begin to imagine their weight. Year after year they reach. They send out smaller and smaller branches and bunches of flat green leaves to touch the light. Of course, this has consequences. Every year the oak tree fills with fruit. Just now, since it's September, the acorns are starting to fall. I don't know if I will ever write another poem. I don't know if I'm going to live for a long time yet, or even for a while. But I am going to spend my life wisely. I'm going to be happy and frivolous and useful. Every morning in the dark, I gather a few acorns and imagine inside of them the pale oak trees. In the spring, when I go away, I take them with me to my own country, which is a land of sun and restless ocean and moist woods, and I'll dig down. I'll hide each acorn in a cool place in the black earth, to rise like a slow and beautiful poem, to live a long time. If you'd like to remain in Shavasana for as long as feels right, please feel free to stay right there. But if you're ready to meet the day, begin to bring some gentle movement to fingers and toes and arms and legs. Perhaps deepening the breath, scanning the body for the effects of the practice, and thanking the body for all it does all day, every day. And bringing to mind one thing for which you are grateful. And on the next inhale, let's float the palms up overhead, hands meet in prayer, dropping down the midline, stopping at the heart, samastiti, this beating heart. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you stand in the light of your own true self. I salute the bright light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan.